Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So today we've got one ultimate goal, and that's to cut right through the endless industry hype and zero in on something actually practical. Exactly how 5 AI tools save time out there in the real world. Seriously, we're looking at a thoroughly tested, non-sponsored tech stack that will legitimately buy back your time. If you've been feeling, totally overwhelmed by the sheer volume of new apps launching literally every day, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to strip away the jargon and look at 5 specific tools you can start using today to optimize your entire week. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our agenda for today. First, the 10-hour time drain. Then, ChatGPT, your everyday co-pilot. After that, fast learning and fitness AI. Then we'll hit Reclaim and Canva to automate your admin. And finally, reclaiming your future time. Section 1. The 10-hour time drain. The reality of juggling life. So before we even get to the tech, let's just talk about a super relatable problem, right? Everyday burnout. We are all trying to balance professional growth with our personal well-being, and frankly, there are just not enough hours in the traditional day to get it all done without some serious friction. But get this, 10 plus hours. That isn't just some clickbait metric. That is the actual measurable amount of time you can reclaim every single week just by applying the right combination of tools to your daily workflows. I mean, just imagine getting an entire working day back every single week just by outsourcing your administrative and cognitive heavy lifting. To put this into a really authentic context, listen to this quote from author and AI enthusiast Jonathan Kindred. He talks about, quote, juggling coding, learning, planning, and trying to hit your health goals, bundled up with daily household chores. See, Jonathan's balancing an AI specialist apprenticeship, fitness routines, daily household chores, and a 1-year-old child. It's totally organized chaos, and honestly, it perfectly illustrates why we desperately need these tools just to stay afloat. Moving right along to Section 2, ChatGPT, your everyday co-pilot, or the heavy lifter for work and learning. Now, ChatGPT might seem like an obvious choice, but let me tell you, setting it up properly makes it the absolute ultimate workhorse for any knowledge worker out there. You can use it for figuring out complex code when you're just completely stuck, templating necessary documentation so you aren't starting from scratch every time, or breaking down incredibly dense research papers into something actually readable. It is even great for just answering random questions about space. You really have to frame ChatGPT as this remarkably patient co-pilot. Seriously, it's the one assistant that never, ever gets annoyed when you repeatedly ask questions in slightly different ways until you finally get it. But here is the real secret. The absolute best way to reclaim your weekly hours is building custom GPTs. Sure, using the standard chat interface is great and all, but specializing ChatGPT for niche workflows, that is where the real time is saved. Jonathan actually notes having one specifically tailored for Databricks and another entirely centered around fitness. By preloading your specific context into a custom GPT, you completely eliminate the need to reprompt the AI every single time you start a session. It's a real game changer. Section 3. Fast Learning and Fitness AI. Hacking Content and Health. Okay, this is where we shift gears from dense knowledge work into lifestyle managers. We're focusing on rapid learning and physical well-being now, because reclaiming time isn't just about working more. It's about optimizing how we learn and, well, how we live. Instead of wasting 45 minutes watching a massive webinar or YouTube video just to find 2 good takeaways, you just give the video to MindGrasp AI. It instantly spits out a structured mind map or a summary with timestamps. No way, right? It is an absolute lifesaver if you're studying or doing research, especially for complex stuff like summarizing neural networks or the math behind machine learning models. But what about your physical health? Well, ActiveCoach acts exactly like a personal trainer right in your ear. The beauty of this whole shebang is that you get the expert guidance minus the hefty gym subscription, and honestly, maybe more importantly, minus the awkward small talk between sets. This tool is just the perfect solution for people who get bored easily and simply lack the time to meticulously plan 3 different engaging gym routines every single week. So here's how that actually builds into an automated routine. First up, you just input your goals, your preferred workout types, and whatever equipment you actually have available. Next, the AI builds a fully guided, tailored plan that literally talks you through the session. And finally, it automatically syncs with your Apple Watch to log all your metrics. This seamlessly facilitates true data-driven wellness, and it completely removes the heavy cognitive load of planning it all out yourself. Let's move on to Section 4. Reclaim and Canva, automating admin to manage schedules and designs. Look, we all have those super frustrating administrative and creative bottlenecks that secretly eat up our days without us even realizing it, right? Well, Reclaim.ai brilliantly solves this by syncing your calendar and your to-do lists like Todoist or Notion, and it intelligently reshuffles your tasks based on how your week changes. It actively acts defensively on your behalf to protect your focus hours, your necessary breaks, and those deep work slots amidst all the daily chaos of meetings and changing priorities. It literally makes sure your most important work actually gives a slot on your calendar. I do have to share this highly relatable quote about Reclaim from the source material, though. Quote, "You need to be a slave to the algorithm to stick to everything planned." It's kind of funny, but it's so true. The tool works flawlessly at organizing your life, but it absolutely demands that you actually follow the schedule the AI creates for you. But hey, if you can surrender just a bit of control to the algorithm, it will keep you incredibly on track. Next up in our admin and creative toolkit is Canva Magic Studio. If you have ever stared at a screen suffering from blank slide paralysis, this is the absolute cure. It takes basic bullet points and turns them into polished visuals. It instantly edits photos, and it can even generate and clean up professional headshots. Even if you have a terrible track record with graphic design and wouldn't dare show anyone your manual creations, Canva's AI suite, using stuff like Magic Write, Magic Design, and Magic Edit, makes sure you never ever have to settle for ugly sides or blog banners again. And that brings us to Section 5, Reclaiming Your Future Time, the ultimate cheat sheet. I promise you guys a clean, actionable summary of everything we've covered today, so here is your ultimate cheat sheet. I highly encourage you to go ahead and screenshot this guide right now for your own daily workflows. So we've got ChatGPT handling the heavy lifting for research and coding, Aptive Coach keeping your physical health consistent and tailored, Canva AI stepping in for design to completely cure blank slide paralysis, MindGrasp taking over your learning by providing super fast summaries from long-form content, and finally, Reclaim.ai managing your schedule so your calendar actually works for you, not against you. Which brings us to one final, deeply important thought to leave you with today. If AI reclaims 10 hours of your week, what will you do with them? I mean, that is the real power of everything we've talked about here. It's not just about doing more work, it's about having the absolute freedom to choose where your time goes. I really hope this explainer leaves you inspired to optimize your own routines and maybe curious to test these tools out for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me, and go reclaim your time.